All right, friends, this video is about the second story in the thing around your neck, Imitation. And Imitation might just be my favorite story in the whole collection. And you know I hesitate to say I have favorites, but it's one of my favorites, if not my very favorite. I love this collection, but I love this story so much. One of the reasons I love it is Adiche is just a master of literary trope in this particular story. And if you're paying attention for some of these tropes, for some of these motifs, the story takes on added layers of significance and depth. Okay. In this story, you will meet Obiora and Nkem. They are a Nigerian couple who live in America. Well, Nkem lives in America full time, raising the kids, and Obiora goes back and forth between Nigeria and the United States. And in the very first few lines of the story, you find out that Obiora is having an affair, which is not uncommon. Okay, it's not uncommon for big men in Nigeria to have multiple love interests, to have a wife in the States and then to have a girlfriend back home. I'm not saying that makes it right or wrong. I'm saying it's a standard cultural practice. And Nkem is talking on the phone with a friend, trying to figure out what to do about that. Okay, it's a really, really interesting story. All right, but the title of the story, I want to start there. The title of the story is Imitation. Before you ever start reading, I want you to ask yourself, what does that word mean? What does it mean to imitate something? What does it mean to pretend to be something that you are not? And what are the effects of pretending to be something or someone that you are not on you over time, on your mind, on your sense of self, what are the effects on how other people view you? And if you stop imitating those things, do people treat you differently, et cetera, et cetera? I want you to think about the connotations of that word. Okay, it's really, really significant. When we first start talking to Obiora and Nkem, when they first start interacting with each other, you'll see that they're collecting art, specifically masks, okay? Masks, African masks. And you got to think about what masks mean in conjunction with this title, Imitation, right? Masks, they can reveal the true self if we're trying to protect the true self, but they can also, if we play roles and put on masks, we can become the role, right? We can separate from the self, okay? So the mask is about putting on a facade, playing artifice, all that kind of stuff. I want you to think about that. But what layers might these symbols have in the story? Okay. Additionally, another literary convention that Adiche plays with in here. Early in their courtship, Obiora calls Nkem a mermaid, says she's beautiful like a mermaid, and he likes her more than any of the other women because of her very rare beauty. Mermaids are a literary symbol. Think of those sirens and Odysseus and how they tempt and allure and how captivating they are and how they are just absolutely magically beautiful, and they are so magically beautiful that people can't control themselves. Okay, so that symbol of a mermaid, that's a literary symbol, but they're also like, think Peter Pan, think those mermaids in Peter Pan. They're also a little devious, okay? They're a little devious. And he puts that archetype on her. She doesn't necessarily claim it for herself, but she does like the compliment. So what might that mean? What significance might be there in that whole idea that like he sees that in her and she likes that he sees it in her? What does that mean about who she is and how she determines who she is and how her worth is determined, et cetera, et cetera. You will also see some play with hair, okay? Traditionally in literature, a woman's hair is her femininity, and her cutting it off is the symbol of independence, liberation, freedom, feminism, all the like empowered lady things. But there's an ironic twist here. She cuts her hair off in Imitation. I'm not going to tell you about what, but you're going to have to read it to find out. But is that symbol of freedom truly a symbol of freedom if what she's doing is imitating someone else? What is going on there? Okay. So that's all I'm going to tell you, but pay attention to those things. The word imitation and what that might signify for your thematic reading of the text. The masks and what the masks might mean over time, over the course of the story. What the complement of the mermaid might mean and how our identity is negotiated in our relationships when we have ideas of who the other one is. And then also this symbol of the hair. All right, you guys, this story is fantastic. I hope you love it even half as much as me, and I'll talk to you about it soon.